Hi everyone, welcome back to another scripting tutorial. Some of you have been wanting to learn how to do tools, and so I'm going to do that today. I'm sure a lot of people would like to learn how to use tools. So let's get started. First, let's actually make the tool. So let's insert a part here, click on that, and what we want to do. So inside a tool, you got to have a part called handle. So that's what we're going to name this, and this is what the player holds onto. Now you can have other parts with the what should I say? How should I say this? You can have multiple parts in your tool, like to make a gun. Like you'll have the scope and the if you want to get really detailed, you can make the trigger and all sorts of stuff. But when you use multiple parts in a tool, things get a little bit complicated and unreliable for me anyway. So maybe we'll go over that another time, but now that we have that out of the way, we're just going to use one part for our tool right now. Let's get started. So let's just style our little tool first. Let's make it purple and a little bit transparent, 0.5. How about that? Nah, I don't like that. It can be reflective though. 0.4. Good. Okay. Let's pretend this is like a little soda can. So, and I'm actually not too, I'm not too experienced with, this should actually be that size, with tools myself. Normally I use something called hopper bins, and I'll probably explain that today too, maybe. But you don't need to know that now. So here's our tool. I mean, it's just a part really. Now what we have to do is actually put it into a tool. Okay, so we're gonna, in the basic objects, search tool. There we go. Double click it, and it put the tool inside the handle. Just because we had the handle selected at the moment, but we want to switch that around. So let's see. So let's Control X to get the tool out of there. Put it in the workspace. Wait a minute. That's cool. Check this out. You can select the workspace and move the entire thing now. I didn't know that. Interesting. Woo. Interesting. That's good. So, okay, we have our handle. Let's cut the handle. Find the tool, which is right here. Paste into. And let's rename the tool Soda Can, because we can. Haha. Now what we want to do is put the tool. Oops. Let's just cut it. Put the tool inside the starter pack, paste into. Awesome. So now it's right here, but I mean, it's alright. So yeah, that didn't require any scripting. If we were to run the game now, the soda can would just be in our inventory. This is, just gotta show you how to build a tool in case you don't know how. You gotta have, where is it? There it is, soda can. So we hold this, and since the part is named handle, this is what the player is going to hold on to. Looks like it's kind of freaking out right there, so we'll probably fix that. And to fix it, let's see, actually we need to select the tool. You got all these properties here in the tool that I'm actually not too familiar with. Grip forward and right and up, that is like the angle of the tool, I believe, and then the pos, obviously short for position. That's going to be the position of the tool. So let's make it X is going to be, let's give it an offset of 5, and I'll just show you what it's going to look like. And actually, in your tools, you should have Can Collide set to off. Otherwise, it just gets a little bit. It just doesn't feel very nice. You can like walk into walls with it, and it's hard to explain. But let's try this again. I'm actually kind of learning as we go too. But okay, so we set the tool's position offset to 5, so it's going to be way out there. So it looks like The X offset, when we increased it, it's going that way, so I'm assuming, let's see, I guess, I'm just trying to figure out what the axis is going to be like. Z is probably going to get bigger as we go away from the character, and actually we can try this out. Let's go to, here we go, Soda Can is inside the character right now. If we set the pause to, let's make this 5, there we go. Yep, so it gets, alright, we got the Soda Can way out here now. The Z gets bigger as you go away from the direction that the player is facing. So now that we know how that works, let's give it a little bit of an X offset so that it doesn't have that graphical glitch. Just probably 0.1, 0.05, let's do that. So that's going to give us just a little bit of an offset. Okay, now we can get into scripting. How do we actually make it do stuff? Let's make it so we can change the color of of the soda can when we click. So how are we going to do that? What we do is we just put a script inside the tool, and let's do a local script. Usually you use local scripts when you're dealing with tools. Sometimes it's logical to use a regular script, but in this case we're going to use a local script just because we want to. It's not too important. Local, or let's see, player equals game dot players dot local player, and we use the same line in our buttons that we scripted before. By the way, if you're watching this and you have not watched my other episodes, and you don't know what's going on, I recommend you watch them. This is not a standalone episode. This is a part of a series. Okay, now that we have that out of the way, so now we have the player, and we're going to do. I don't know if we'll actually need the player here. I just like to have it there in case we do want it. Okay, so think about this for a second. How are we going to make it so that remember we want to change the handle, that makes sense, right? Because we don't want to change the color of the tool, we want to change the color of the handle, because the tool doesn't actually have a color value, it just has, and maybe it does. No, it doesn't. Okay. Only the part inside the tool has a color value, and that's called brick color. And I can't remember if I've showed you guys how to change the brick color before, but if not, I'll explain it again. Okay, so we need to check for when the player clicks, right? Okay, how do we check for when the player clicks? We need to get the player's mouse, right? Does that make sense? And if we, okay, but how do we get the player's mouse now? I'm just trying to teach you guys how to think this way, because, let's see. Yeah, let's just get into it. I don't want to bore you too much. Okay, so we need to get the mouse so that we can check for when the player clicks, and then when the player clicks, it's going to change the color of the handle. So we're going to say, or actually, let's set another tag here, tool equals scripts.parent, and we're going to be using that makes sense, right? Because the script's parent is the tool. Now we're going to say tool.equipped, equipped with 2 P's, connect function, and I'll explain what this does in a second. Oh, that's nice, thank you. They had a few updates. So normally, okay, watch what happens when I do it. It'll probably happen if I do if too. If this, then. Okay, so it gives us a nice little end here. If we just hit enter, that's useful. I've actually been thinking they should do that sometime. Anyway, tool.equipped connect. It's like there's a new update every time I do one of these episodes. That's awesome. So when it's equipped, right? Okay. Let's actually go to the object browser right now. Okay, so we're in the tool. I showed you what the object browser is a few times. You can just find out the information of any object. The tool has an equipped event. It also has an unequipped event, which we can use if we want to, but we don't have to. Equipped. And as you can see here, it says event equipped instance mouse. What that means is that it returns the mouse when we call or when this event is triggered. And you'll see let's actually do this in a more simple way. Function on equipped mouse. Do stuff. Okay. So I'm just kind of rewriting this so you can understand it more clearly. Now we're gonna say tool dot equipped connect on equipped. Okay, so now you should understand what this does a little bit more. This is kind of the same thing as when we, like a while back, when we first, I first taught you how to check for when an object is touched. This is kind of the same thing. So when we, okay, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this so that beginners can understand. When we use the onTouched event, here, let me just show you, or touch, not onTouched, just touched. What it does is it passes on the part that touched the brick that is inside the script, if you remember. Hopefully you can remember. If you don't, that's alright. In the same way, the equipped event passes on the mouse. And you probably got this like a long time ago, and you're like, Ethan, just move on. So sorry about that. But so yeah, it passes on the mouse. Now that we have the mouse, all we have to do is to check when the mouse is clicked. So we say mouse, and we can actually name this cheese or something. Let's name the mouse cheese because mice like cheese. And this is still equal to the mouse. You don't have to type mouse. You can name that whatever you want. But I mean, normally it's logical to name it mouse. But in this case, we're going to do cheese. So cheese dot. Actually, let's write the function for what happens when it is clicked. So function on clicked, and we don't need to pass on anything here. I don't think, yeah, okay, I think we're good. Okay, so yeah, so forget about the onEquipped function just for a minute. I actually haven't explained that too well and why we're doing this, but yeah, we're gonna have a couple of functions here to make this tool work. I have been kind of reluctant to do tools, to do a tutorial on tools for this reason. It's kind of it can be complicated for beginners. When I was first learning to do tools, I had no idea what I was doing, and I had to keep looking back. So I'm just kind of trying to drill this into your head and move slowly so that you can understand. So we're just gonna write what happens when when we click while we have the tool equipped, and it's not as what we're doing right here in this moment. Do stuff. Okay. This isn't as complicated as you might think. We have everything we need here. Actually, not yet. Let's say handle equals. Wait a minute. We do want to change the color of the handle, right? So we're going to say handle equals tool dot handle. Okay, and make sure you put this line under this line, because if you put this handle equals tool dot handle line above this line, then it's not going to know what tool is at the moment, so it's gonna break probably. Now, so now that we have the handle, all we have to do is say handle dot brick color, and keep in mind it's not just handle dot color, because if we look in the handle, all parts have brick color, so you got to spell that right. Brick color equals. Okay, now this is the point. I can't remember if in a previous episode I've taught you how to change the brick color, but if I already have, I'm teaching you again. Sorry about that. It's good to have a good reminder anyway about how to do this. So handle.brickColor equals brickColor.new, and we're gonna say let's call it bright red. Okay, what does this do? Well, we're just getting the brick color of the handle, right? And then we're setting it to a value. Now, if we want to change the brick, if we want to change the value of the brick color property, we just have to say brickColor.new in the same way that we did. Remember when we were working with Jimmy and we changed his position? We say vector3.new when we were working with Jimmy's position. If we were to try and do this right now, this would break the code because bright red is not a vector3 value. It's a brick color value. So we're going to say brickColor.new, and then in parentheses, make sure you have quotation marks as well. Bright red. And then this is kind of weird, like bright red. What is this? You kind of have to memorize what things are. If you don't know what a color, if you don't know what to put here for the color, all you have to do is go to the properties and then find the color you want, wave your mouse over it, and it'll say bright red or whatever color it is. Normally, it'll just start with a capital letter for the first word, and then any word after that is going to be lowercase, except for in some colors. Like I think in New Yeller is weird because the Y in New Yeller is, or the Y in Yeller is capitalized, which doesn't make sense because all the other colors have like lowercase second words, but if you know what I mean. So yeah, now it's just gonna change the color of the brick to bright red when we click it, except it doesn't do anything yet. Now we have to actually check for when it's clicked. We know what to do when it's clicked, but we don't know how to check when it's clicked, so this is what we're going to do. In the onEquipped cheese function, okay, so right now, let's say we get rid of this. We know when the tool is equipped, we just haven't done anything with it. We haven't told it what to do when the tool is equipped. And I guess I should go back in time. We're going back in time. Let's see. Nah, we're not going back in time. I don't have to do that, I don't think. I don't want to get things too complicated. If I get too wordy here, then you stop listening, and then yeah. But so all we have to do is say cheese. If you remember, cheese is the mouse. Cheese is the same thing as the mouse right now. We're just going to check for when cheese is clicked. So we're going to say cheese dot mouse button 1 down. I think that's what it is. Okay, so this is a good example. I don't know exactly what to put here. What did I just do? Okay, there we go. I accidentally hit insert, and so yeah. Okay, so we're going to find mouse in here. Just oops. Scroll all the way up. Press M, find, and there's mouse. Okay. Where do we go? Okay, just button 1 down. Okay. Button 1 down. Not mouse button 1 down. It already knows what that is. You see what I did there, right? I didn't know what I was doing, so I found the mouse, and then I found what the event was called. I'm pretty sure that's the one I want. Button 1 down. And then when that happens, it's just gonna connect to onClicked, which is right here. Now I'm pretty sure this will work now. Let's exit out of these. This episode has probably been running a little bit long, but I feel like I need to explain things pretty well because tools are a weird thing. Okay, soda can. We have the soda can. Awesome. Remember when we did the little offset for the thing? Well, now it's no longer doing that little graphical glitch. Okay, never mind. Okay, I have not clicked yet. Now let's click. Boom. Yes. Okay, so it worked. The color is now red, and we can officially say that we turned our grape soda into red cherry soda, probably, or whatever. Let's make things a little bit more fun. let's just make it alternate between cherry and grape soda, and all we have to do is say if handle.brick_color is equal to brick_color.new bright red, then it's gonna set, oops, bright, or no, it's royal purple, right? Royal purple. Okay, that's what the original color is. Then it's gonna, if it's purple, then it's gonna set the color to red. Otherwise, it's gonna set handle the brick color equals brick color dot new. I could copy and paste this, but you know, we're typing just for the sake of learning. Handle.brickcolor equals brickcolor.new, and we want to set it to bright, or no, we want to set it to royal purple. And okay, right, so if the brick color is equal to purple, then it's just going to swap it to red. Otherwise, if it's already red, then it's just going to set it to purple, right? Does that make sense? I haven't had any complaints in the comments so far. I mean, big complaints anyway, from my previous episodes, so I guess you guys understand that concept. Let's try this again. Wait for the, there we go. Okay, we have the soda can. Click, woohoo. Okay, click, it's purple, click, it's red. Purple, red, and I can do this all day. What does Jimmy do again? Yep, he still moves. Haha. Okay, and let's teleport to the Rock Island. Now we're gonna have some fun here. We've gotten through the we've gotten through this tutorial. Good job, guys. I hope I've explained things properly for your sake. And yeah, let's go over this one more time in case you just need to. We have the wait one because we're using a local script, and we want, oh hey, hello, we actually don't have to get the player. I remember when I added that. Okay, restart. We have a wait one because we're using a local script. I don't know if you need to use wait one if you're not getting the local player, but we're gonna have the wait one here just to be safe. You know, it's not gonna hurt anything. Just, you know, to give things time to load, I guess. Okay, then we just set tool to script.parent just to make things easy, so we don't have to write script.parent every time. Plus, it's more visual and it makes the code easier to read. We do the same thing with the handle. We just say handle equals tool.handle just to make things easier to read and less typing. Now, what it does, so functions don't run until they're called, right? So it just skips all this. It reads it, but it skips it. It's like, okay, I know these functions are here. Now what? Okay, well, when the tool is equipped, this is the line, so tool.equipped connect unequipped. This basically means when the tool is equipped, run this function. Run the function that is inside this parentheses. So it's going to run unequipped right here. And when we do call this event, this special event has it passes on the mouse to whichever function you're calling. So it's gonna pass the mouse on into cheese. So now cheese is gonna be equal to the mouse. And just to make things more easy to read now that you sort of know what's going on, let's set that to mouse. Mouse, okay. So now when it's equipped, what do I do now? Well, you check to see when the player clicks the mouse button. Okay, and when that happens, you're going to run the onClicked function, which is right here. And then in this function, it's going to check if the handle is purple, then it's going to set it to red. Otherwise, set it back to purple. Okay, that makes sense, right? So we do this because that's the only way to get the mouse. I guess you could do... Nah, I'm not going to talk anymore about that. I don't want to confuse you. So yeah, this has been the... I can't remember what episode this is, but thanks for watching this scripting tutorial. about tools, and we'll probably go, maybe I can go into more detail about tools if you want. We never got into hopper bins today, but hopper bins are basically tools except more simple, in my opinion. I'll probably go into hopper bins maybe next episode if you want. They're basically the same. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and leave a like if you want to. See you later. Bye.